project management and
Yes.
online collaboration.
Okay, yeah, I'm talking about project management and online collaboration in a study, in a survey about managing demographics that we did last semester. So again, my name is Bastian Hagmeier and I'm studying a master's in labor and human resource management. And yeah, last semester we had a great opportunity. Our lecturer came in and said in the first lecture, well, we are not going to do a standard lecture this semester. You can do a survey with a big consulting firm about managing demographics. And what he gave us was, well, we were 35 students and we got about 150 contacts which we could call, but nothing else. So they said, okay, there was a survey we did and this is a follow-up survey, but now go. So we didn't know really what to do, and all we tried to do was find out how to do the survey about managing demographics. And what we tried to do in the first step was we analyzed the old questionnaire. We looked at the development in managing demographics, and we looked at trends and questions. We did this in 3 groups, but to be honest, it worked, but it wasn't very efficient, and we had a lot of problems. And the problems were, well, we didn't have this kind of coordination that was necessary for 35 students to do such a project. We had no time to meet physically because our master is very time intensive and most of us have to work 2 days a week plus do the master, so this was really a problem. And yeah, the effect was that it was very inefficient how we collaborated. So before we took the next step, we thought, okay, these problems, we can't go on with these, so we have to do something about it. And first of all, we said, okay, we need 4 students to do something like a steering committee to fix the problem of coordination. So the coordination problem was kind of fixed, but there was still the time problem and still the collaboration problem. So we thought, okay, what do we know? What kind of tools do we use in our daily life, in our daily student life, and which tools could be right for us to do this kind of project? And first we thought, okay, what is our need? Our need is we need collaboration, we need something not to meet physically, and we looked at the tools, I'm just coming to this right now, at the tools and which tools would have a fit for the problem. And of course, we had to think about our capabilities. And this is inspired by Brad Victor, a nice article about the design of tools. And so, what were our needs again? We wanted to do a project and a coordination of more than 30 students, and we didn't know much about project management, but we had tools which we use in our daily lives. So, for example, we knew about Google Docs, we knew about Doodle, about Dropbox, about Skype. We had heard about PDF forms to do the survey. We of course use Office and we used emails, and what was really important for us, we used the smartphone apps for all of this. And what about the capability? Are we able to really use these tools? I think yes, because all of us have used web apps before and all of us knew how to use them. So the only problem was how to find the fit between these. And how we used the tools was we used them to work simultaneously on text and spreadsheets. We coordinated our tasks. It was really important that we fix the communication issue, like we did this with Skype, we did this in Google Docs, and we found a way to collect and manage our sources that we have. So the fit for this problem really was there, and we could fix this. But there were some issues that we still encountered. The know-how of web apps wasn't there for everyone. We had a few of the students that have never used them before, but we could fix that by talking about it. So this wasn't that big deal, but the project management was a big problem. So what we learned was that it's not that easy to just look at the tools and use them. You have to have some kind of knowledge about what you want to do in such a project. And the last thing, the coordination was still important. You couldn't just, like we tried in the first step, say, okay, you do that, you do that, you do that, and that's it. We had to still coordinate, and that included to meet physically. It wasn't just that easy to do all of this via Skype. And so the lessons learned, the productivity issue was fixed. We were very productive by using these tools, and we really love to use them, especially that we didn't have to meet physically all the time. We could use Skype. We could work in several documents all simultaneously. That was especially very important to coordinate the different calls we made, that we didn't call anyone twice in the survey. The organization process was fixed by looking at different perspectives of project management, that we looked in books, in real books, to look at what is important for project management, like task management, etc. And the physical meetings still were important. We couldn't have done it without meeting really physically. So this was really great, our project, and we really liked the informal learning part about that, because we learned a lot without being told, learn that, learn that. So we really liked the project, and the survey was a big hit. So thank you.
Just show them what you've just been using to make the presentation. Just in case you haven't noticed, he didn't use the computer that is sitting there, he used his iPhone.
Yes.
But
it was the first time for me too.
Oh well, there you go, I mean, by doing.
Yeah, but I didn't want to bring my computer, so I thought this was enough.
Yeah.
The little cable.
And what application did you use to make
That's
that?
Keynote from
Okay.
Apple. But Microsoft Office is coming in February, I heard. February. Yeah, but it's great, it works.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, you know, maybe we should see if there's a burning question in the audience on this. Yes, please. Speak loudly so maybe I...
I don't know how easy this is for you to answer, but you chose your own tools.
Yes.
Based on the tools that with which you were already familiar.
Yes.
Do you think that's a better approach for an instructor, for a teacher, than the teacher saying to you, you will use the following tool?
I think it depends. Normally I would say it's better to use the tools that you're familiar with, but for example, what we encountered that was a lot of us wanted to use Facebook for some of the issues we had. But there were, let's say, 5 or 6 that just didn't want to use Facebook. They said, okay, I want my privacy, I don't want to use Facebook for studying. Any kind of, yeah.
And did you use Facebook in the
No,
end?
we didn't.
Okay.
So we explicitly said, no, okay, then we don't use it. We have other tools that do the same thing, and we don't want to. And we even tried email then. No, to be honest, it was easier to do this with email instead of Facebook, yeah.
Okay.
So, sorry, to answer your question, I think normally it's good to use the tools that students already know, but of course it's important to learn new ones. And
why?
Why? Because if you only normally use Facebook and maybe Dropbox and maybe Skype, you might not even you might never look at the other tools that are out there, and they might have the better fit that I just showed. So it might be better to use them. So maybe like if you say there is this tool, please look at it. If you don't want to use it, don't. But normally, I think it's better to use the tools you already know.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Is there any comment from the panel? Anything that you want to flag or say? Just
Dropbox, I didn't want to learn how to use that either, but I didn't know so much about it. But now when I learn how to use it, it's really, really helpful. So I'm glad that I learned it, because we always get, tasks of 5 people writing 50 pages, and it's hard, to get everybody together. But with Dropbox, you can actually see when someone is typing and who typed what, and you can mark some words and ask questions. And we didn't even have to meet each other that much because we had this Dropbox. So I think it's really a good tool.
Let me see in the audience who is not familiar with Dropbox. Just to raise your hand so there's a know what we're talking about. Or not familiar, Okay, just